Tell us Rucker's dead.
What?
Poisoned, I think.
Holy shit, man. Rucker was the voice of the Augmented. People loved him for it. When word of this hits, Prague is gonna explode.
And the whole world's watching. Listen, Miller's gone to meet with state police. Could be our chance to determine his loyalties.
He lives near TF-29. You want us to search his apartment?
Not us. Me. You keep digging into that VersaLife break-in. And see what the Collective can dig up on a Viktor Marchenko. If I'm right, and Rucker was poisoned, all three might be connected. Jensen out.
Beat an egg. Stop threatening me before you embarrass yourself.
What are you, some kind of super cop they send out to beat on the unfortunate?
So, the red light district really does attract all kinds. Enjoy your debauchery, sir.
Stay quiet. Not another complaint. Easy. Complaints go to your local elected representative. They will then advise Police Central, where it will be
problems
sheet
already.
as it should.
Adam, you there? You're not gonna believe this, but Vadim Orlov is in Prague.
You're kidding.
I wish I were. 6 months ago, he got an augmented expert's visa and has been coming and going periodically ever since. Border Control logged him in this morning.
I arrived in Prague 6 months ago. Where's he staying?
In the Lilioma Courtyard Apartments on Lavani Street, 2nd floor.
I'll check it out.
Mr. Jensen, it is Otar Botkoveli. I have another delicate matter that requires your expertise.
I thought we were even, Otar.
We will be even when I say so, my friend. Now then, to business. You will meet Mrs. Godlek, the owner of the Red Queen. I understand she has a problem named Dominique.
Let's get this straight. I'm not a cleaner for the Diwalis. Why don't you send one of your own?
Why? Because I am telling you to do it. And who mentioned killing? Just meet with Godlek and mind your manners. She's a powerful woman.
Prosím, vidím ti na očích, že mi chceš pomoct.
Leave me alone. I do not sell it, okay? I have my self-respect.
Sám vidíš, jak moc potřebuju pomoct. Tak na co ještě čekáš?
Get away from me! You are a murderer!
No one has time to deal with you guys, okay? You should stop bothering us hard-working people.
I know all about your kind. How you want to destroy
It's
all
nice,
regular
isn't it?
people.
Sorry?
The view. The water. I like to come here when it is quiet and listen to the waves splashing against the wall. Very relaxing.
I guess it is. I had not really noticed.
It is lovely. Growing up, I dreamed of moving to the city.
I cannot even get a few moments' peace.
But now Prague is not as romantic as I once believed. Maybe I should have stayed in the village, be happy with what I had.
Work has been hell, and then I have to spend my only break talking to strangers.
Are you from here? I love the way the streets are lit up, and the blades spanning across the river.
This
Wonderful.
I'm getting bloated, but I don't
Tomorrow
care.
I might visit the Palisade Property Bank, if they allow visitors. So much to see and do here.
Here comes the big
Just wandered
shot.
away from the craziness of the red light for a while. It was getting
Please
too
go
much for
away.
me.
I don't want to offend you, but you people frighten me.
In some ways, this isn't any better. Honestly.
This is the
So many
best.
homeless.
I have nothing against you. I just can't be near
The
good
thing I
stuff.
hate most about working late is all the homeless that move in here after dark. The last thing I need after I put in a long day is to be hassled by some dirty, lazy hobo.
What a week. If I was not so exhausted, I'd head to the red light district for a little entertainment.
Been waiting all day.
With my luck, my boss would call me back to work just as soon as I started having fun.
First the Ruzika station bombing, and now this Drucker guy is dead. Makes me wonder why I stay in Prague at all. Not much better anywhere else in the world, I suppose. Where am I going to go? The US? It is even worse than here.
No loitering in the streets of...
Nice equip.
Most businesses are closed this time of night, sir. Makes me wonder why you might be roaming the streets.
Get to where you have to be. Do not push your luck.
Not that it is against the law, but with the riots in Golem City, well, you know how it is. Go, just stay out of trouble.
Jakoby nestačilo, že mě v jednom kuse pruděj chlupatý. Teď mě ještě prudíš ty. Jestli nemáš pár kreditů, nevíš, že nemáš.
There must be something you can spare. A few credits would go a long way.
Some people act like they've never seen a damn checkpoint
I'll
before.
just give you my papers.
You do that. Come on, come on.
Here.
Look at me. All right, you can go.
Thank you.
Whatever. Have your papers ready. Give them to the officer. Let them see your face, and that's it.
Cops
Easiest
make me
thing in the world.
nervous. The only people they don't make nervous are other cops. And crazy people. The police treat everyone like criminals. They should learn what a self-fulfilling prophecy is.
I should run you out of the district right now, but I don't really have reason to. Other than you're augmented. Don't test my patience. I could change my mind, especially with all the trouble brewing in Golem. Rather stay quiet.
Told you I am not going to do it.
Come on, Stanley. We would not ask if we were not desperate.
I could lose my job. We are starving.
Be quiet. Let me talk to him. That kind of team. Please. I swear this will be the last time.
Fine. Come back in a few hours. I will bring something out from the kitchens when I am done my shift.
Sorry. I need to finish this.
Fine. Come back in a few hours. I will bring something out from the kitchens when I am done my shift.
I have not been able to find a job. I have not really looked, but it should be easier.
Someone at work came up with the term nouveau pauvre. We tried to laugh it off, but it seems to apply to us more and more each day.
What is that?
I can't believe Rucker's dead.
That bastard had it coming.
This is only going to make our lives harder. Do you think we'll get blamed for killing him?
Why not? Let them think we did it. Maybe then they'll behave.
No matter who Rucker was or what he stood for, it's an awful way to go.
I suppose Rucker won't be leading you hunters to the promised land after all.
I heard his head exploded.
You must be unhappy.
Promiňte, s tímhle nepomůžu. Na práci v noci nesnáším nejvíc to, jak se sem po setmění stavujou všechny ty bezděláci.
Život vypadá v katalogu hezky, co? Plno příležitostí a naděje. Ale pak, když ho žiješ, jakoby nestačilo, že to není hezký ani trošičku. Teď mě ještě prudíš ty. Mě si nevšímej. A to nejsem ani opilej. Jestli nemáš pár kreditů navíc, nemám zájem.
The thing I hate most about working late is all the homeless that move in here after dark.
Nemáš ani tušení. Ale já nebudu na ulici nikoho zastavovat, pak jich rozebírám.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated.
Trace program. Access granted.
Alex, I'm in Miller's apartment. The man keeps a tight ship.
What do you expect? He's former SAS. Military life will make a neat freak out of anyone. If he's got secrets in there, Adam, they'll be well hidden.
Everyone's got to tell. I just need to know more about him to understand his.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Alex, just hacked Miller's computer. There's some heavy stuff going on in his personal life, but nothing incriminating.
Keep looking. We may not get another chance at this.
Anomaly detected. Trace access granted.
I think I got something, Alex. Miller's NSN access card. He must have left it behind when he logged into his second computer.
His second computer? Anything incriminating on it?
He's going around the system, using personal connections to look into things. But that can mean anything. We need to hear more of that NSN conversation.
Shit, man, that's risky. But we may have to.
Why? You find something on VersaLife?
It ain't good. Meet me in the small courtyard near TF-29. I'll explain.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Bad enough when he was just drugs.
Alex. You here?
Hey, thanks for being quick. Didn't want to be seen hanging around by myself for too long in case you got held up.
I can be a gentleman, sometimes. You said you got something on VersaLife.
Yeah, a couple of months back, a research assistant was found dead in the Roca Seca beach facility. Special Projects Division. She was poisoned, just like Rucker.
She? You got her name?
Anik Norstad. Why? You know somebody there?
Doesn't matter. Forget it.
I can't stand VersaLife, Adam. Back when I was flying for Bell Tower in Panama, I stumbled into deep shit with them. They're the reason I've got a target on my back. They told my bosses to kill me.
If they're involved in this, we'll get them. We just need to know what this is. Tell me more about this researcher.
The information we found on Norstad was buried deep. No police report, no autopsy. Just a footnote on an insurance claim, calling it an industrial accident.
She was working with dangerous pathogens, wasn't she?
Supposedly. Janus thinks there's more to it. He's the one who found the report. Said it was off.
Off how?
Lots of blank spaces and missing details. Didn't really go into it.
And you didn't think to ask, did you?
You saying I fucked up?
No, not at all. You just seem to put a lot of faith in Janus's opinion, that's all.
Janus changed my identity, gave me purpose again after VersaLife ruined everything for me. He helped me see things I'd never seen before.
Like what?
Like how some conspiracy theories aren't far from the truth. After Panama, I didn't believe any of that shit Picus News kept spinning about the incident. About what caused the incident. Then things got real bad for us Augmented, and Janus gave me a chance to set it right.
By going after the men in the shadows.
By working with you. I keep thinking about what you said, about framing ARC for a break-in that makes them look like terrorists. A VersaLife researcher shows up dead, poisoned just like Rucker. Are we talking bioweapons here?
Miller's access card might help us find out.
How? I don't follow you.
NSN exchanges are stored in the system's cloud memory. If I log in as Miller using his access card, I might be able to play back more of that conversation he had with the bosses.
Shit, Adam, this isn't like planting a bug. You have to actually use the chair. For a while. If anyone catches you.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
Your call. But I want to be plugged in and listening the whole time you're in there. Just be careful, man. Call me when you've accessed the machine.
Nice coat. Good luck finding the people who hacked us. Hopefully it will turn out to be nothing.
Hey, Adam. I heard about Rucker. That's terrible, Adam. He was our standard bearer. What direction will the movement take now?
I don't know. I spoke to Miller as he was leaving. He told me he was going to Gollum City to talk to the state police.
Damn, I hope he has better luck than you and Smiley did. Because if you think that Prague is bad now, imagine what'll happen if reaction to Rucker's death gets violent.
I'd rather not.
Yeah, Fubar is what'll happen. What a week. And meanwhile, I'm going crazy waiting for Dr. Ozan to get back to me with my test results.
How did it go with Dr. Ozan? She ran some tests?
I swear to God, Adam, these tests they give me are more stressful than being in the field. When I'm out there, I have immediate feedback every second. And when you're doing these tests, they just stare at you and take notes. I don't like it.
Nobody does. When do you get the results?
Dr. Ozen didn't say. I don't know, hopefully in a day or two.
Try and stay positive.
Always.
So what do you think of our new doctor?
What do you mean?
I just wonder what she's really doing here.
Things are heating up here in Prague. We can use all the help we can get. I'd be worried if Interpol didn't send a psychologist. Besides, I spoke to her for an hour. I like her.
It just seems suspicious to me, that's all. We've never needed a psychologist before. Who's she watching?
Come on, Adam. You keep talking like that, and Chang's gonna change all the locks again. There are 87 agents in Prague, and I just finished handing out the new keycards.
I should get going.
Okay. Talk to you later.
I don't envy the guy who's gonna have to clean up Gollum City once they've done rioting.
Last week, a truck working for Tai Young Medical got hijacked. A bunch of AUG insulation tech was stolen. I've tracked a missing neuroplasticity calibrator to the Diwali family here in Prague, but then the trail goes cold.
Police have fallen back to mere flats.
Jesus. I'll start coordinating the state, see if there's anything we can do.
Jim Miller is in Gollum City for the riots. I'm the lucky guy he chose to monitor his movements.
I heard you were in Gollum earlier today. That must have been a head job. Things in the AUG ghetto have been building to a crisis for months.
Tough break what happened to Rucker.
The Juggernaut Collective hacked a few of the police drones in Gollum City and got their camera footage. The Collective posted images of Gollum from before the riots broke out. The resolution sucks, but I was still able to recognize you in one of those stills, Jensen.
Chasing the White Rabbit led me to Nathaniel Brown, CEO of Santo. According to the net, the guy's a saint. So of course I tapped my resources, asked them what they knew about Brown. Nothing. No way was clean without it.
Someone's hacking into the server and reading our email.
It's gotta be...
Hey, private conversation.
It's gotta be Director Miller. He's got access to all our communications for security reasons.
I'm telling you, they were hacked. It wasn't Miller. He wouldn't have to go through a back door.
Every half hour, I run a check on the drones in Gollum City.
Something strange is going on here.
If the drones in Gollum go nuts and kill a bunch of augmented, the cops can just blame it on mechanical failure caused by the rioters.
I've been combing the files of people close to Talus Rucker to see who's most likely to feel the leadership vacuum. The new head of ARC is probably going to be Viktor Marchenko. Easily the ugliest looking human being I've ever seen in my life.
The commuter system in Toronto's been shut down after 2 trains collided. Toronto Transit is claiming terrorists hacked their trains, but unless ARC has people with experience in black cyber ops, I really doubt it.
We've only got 3 victims left to identify from the train station bombing, we think. It's hard to know how many people died at the station because in a lot of cases, all we have are incomplete pieces.
Dwindling resources for augmented criminals is leading to an increase in arrests. When crooks are forced to rely on black market AUGs, and then those AUGs crap out on them, it makes the police's job that much easier.
Because of the latest bombing, coordinating security for AUG-related functions just became exponentially more complicated.
Anomaly detected. Trace access granted. Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
These are the greatest concerns of the digital age, and we at Palisade are pretty back.
Jensen inside Woodlake Complex.
I was monitoring electricity usage across the city, and I came across an anomaly.
Coming in for this is efficiency.
And we can look forward to even more bombs.
Sorry, Jensen. Love to help, but thanks to Jensen, password security, I've been locked out of the system again. Damn it.
Ogs all over the world are going crazy.
Without serial numbers, tracing the source of the bombings is completely futile.
If things get any worse, we could be looking at a global
I hope you
civil
come up
war.
with something soon. Otherwise, it's only a matter of time before more people I've been pulling intel on this Marchenko, but nothing adds up. It's like he didn't exist before the incident, but that's impossible. The guy's in his 40s. He has to be here somewhere.
I know security, but I spent
I was
half the
monitoring
day
electricity
IT to
usage across
check
the city.
back to my computer
Came across an
instead of
anomaly.
actually getting shit.
Chasing the White Rabbit led me to Nathaniel Brown. Having an NSN and then not using it to gather intel in a crisis like this?
So many buildings were left vacant after the incident that it's easy for terrorist groups to find a place to hide. A disused missile silo in Russia, an abandoned auto plant in Detroit, a former geological research facility in Switzerland. Any one of these could be used as a secret base.
I don't
of
think those
operations.
chiefs all belong to the same person.
Tough break what happened to Rucker.
I've lost track of how many people have been killed in the past few hours.
Well, they're not the most cooperative people.
I'm close to a real breakthrough on the
All we
collective.
can do is speculate.
Nobody's thought of this before, but I think Janus employs flesh and blood operatives on site to make the more difficult tasks feasible.
Jim Miller is in Gollum City personally for the riots. I'm the lucky guy he chose to monitor his movements.
Agent we have. Adam. Wow. 2 in one day. Did maintenance take the plague cross off my door?
I'm sorry.
Arya was here earlier, and now you. That's 2 agents to walk through my door willingly. You know, while I have you, I'd love to talk with you about Rucker.
That's actually why I'm here.
You're kidding, right? Because this never happens. Sometimes I literally feel like a dentist.
I have a suspicion about who might be behind the hit on Rucker. A name. iLink came back with nothing, but...
But maybe I can use some of my shrink your tricks to see what I can dig up. Maybe draw up a profile for you? So who's the guy?
Victor Marchenko.
He sounds bad. No sweat, it's nice to feel like I'm part of something. I'll let you know if I have any luck.
Thanks, Doc. I appreciate it.
Are you here to talk?
Yes,
Tiny interruption and you're fucked.
Chang sometimes comes across like he's a bit loosey-goosey, but he runs cybercrimes like a well-oiled machine. People who've reformed from questionable
gotta raise
behavior
some
usually go
eyebrows.
hardcore in the other direction, and Chang is no exception.
I was monitoring electricity usage across the city, and I came across an anomaly. One apartment in Prague is drawing enough power for a complex 3 times its size. I can't imagine what all the electricity would be for.
Every half hour, I run a check on the drones in Gollum City.
Eliza's blog is reporting that Talus Rucker was killed by an illegal augmentation, freely available on the black
I got a bad
market.
feeling about this.
I don't know where Picus gets its information, but sometimes I wish our sources were as good as theirs.
I was looking into old news reports about anti-Aug violence, and your name came up. I think it's pretty noble that you chose to leave the Detroit police force
It's all about
rather
keeping
than
your
follow the order to
concentration.
kill an augmented kid.
So far, in spite of the increased load, our
Yeah,
systems
we've
are
seen it
holding,
already.
thank God. I'm very worried about how our network is going to perform after several hours of gathering data from the death of Talus Rucker. Miller going to be in Gollum City?
He told me as long as it takes. He's coordinating with state police.
That explains why he went home to change first. He keeps his personal field gear in his apartment.
Of course he does. He likes his privacy. Is it true he actually lives in a penthouse?
Don't get me started.
This place has all kinds of rumors flying around.
First you, now Miller. Everyone's taking a trip to Gollum today.
I just find it unlikely that Miller can afford a penthouse on a director's salary.
You'd never get me to go to the Og ghetto. Especially
I was called to consult with the Palisade Bank last week.
Things are getting dark in Gollum City, Jensen. People around here might start giving you the evil eye if it gets any worse. There better not be a you name it.
I guess that's what makes them so hard
There'd
to
be hell
break
on my
into.
insurance premiums. Even if they do get compromised, the data can be removed physically. They have several alternate entrances, like secret passageways. That's mine.
I don't know. We could put the name of every organization on a board.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
It's whoever we're not thinking of.
Hey, that's personal.
Art doesn't make sense because of, you know, the obvious.
The bank I used to work at was paranoid about security. Their NDA was the size of a novella. Security was so tight, I'm surprised they let us save for the lunch counter food still in our bodies.
Looks like you killing Rucker did everyone a favor. Gollum's finally fighting back. With Rucker out of the way, we have the leeway we need to go in
I don't know.
and clean the whole place out.
We could put the name of every organization on the board until dark.
Cinema yesterday at noon.
I'd love to
The camera
store
doesn't
some
show
of
him
my
going
stuff
out.
in Palisade.
There must have been another exit.
Did he meet somebody there?
We're not.
How should I know? Dozens of people walked in during the next hour, but I didn't recognize any of them.
It's been too long, even for Black. If I don't hear from him by tomorrow, I'm going
Art
to
doesn't
Miller.
make sense
There's a
because
value
of,
in the
you
middle
know,
of something
the
big.
obvious.
We need to know what it is. Sorry, Jensen. I just need a minute.
Hey, good to see you, Jensen. We'll just be a moment.
It's been too long, even for Black. If I don't hear from him by tomorrow, I'm going to Miller. There's a value in the middle of something big. We need to know what it is.
I've never met anyone with more secrets than Vince
You're looking
Black.
for Black, he ain't around. Of course.
If you do somehow manage to see Vince, tell him we're looking for him. It's important.
I don't even know why Vince has an office here. He spends all his time with the Valley.
There's a shady character in Gollum City I've been keeping my eye on for a while, and he's had quite a day. I don't know exactly what happened to him, but Louis Galois' shop in Gollum City is closed, and the man himself is nowhere to be found.
Art doesn't make sense because of, you know, the obvious. I don't know. We could put the name of every organization on a board until dark.
Everything we know about this guy can fit on one yellow sticky note. We know his name, Viktor Marchenko, if that's his real name, and nothing else. I mean, we can't find a trace of him anywhere.
Maybe it's the Diwali. Maybe they
Could be
took out
anyone,
the train
right?
station to get at someone.
The editor of Samizdat is a man known only as K. He works out of an underground newsroom somewhere in Prague, which is the principal hub for an extensive network of secret sources and rogue journalists working all across Europe.
Art doesn't make sense because of, you know, the obvious.
Well, well, well. Here we go.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about. Get some sleep, Chang. You sound like you can use it.
Of course the police don't want him there.
We found where the mystery group from Dubai had its staging area. Unfortunately, it was deserted and sanitized. The Dubai crashers are skilled in disappearance. They're not leaving anything for us to follow. I'm starting to think we won't find them until they strike again.
I have an undercover operative in ARC, but I haven't heard from her since the rioting started. I really hope my operative in ARC is safe. We can't afford to miss any information on that group's activities.
The most significant of them, in terms
Yeah,
of
we've seen it already.
death toll, is in
What? Hey, Jensen, heard you had a bit of trouble at the petting zoo.
Come again?
The snatch and grab with Rucker. Guess it's no steps forward and 2 steps back for you too, eh? Isn't that how you put it before?
Right. Only I'm not being tied up by red tape like you are. My problem is a little more complicated than that.
I'm just stating the facts as they are, mate. Although, I am a little surprised you managed to cock up such a simple task, what with you being so, well-equipped for the job.
You think because I'm augmented going after Rucker should have been a cakewalk? You know, McCready, the more I talk to you, the less surprised I am by what comes out of your head.
Is that a fact? You think you know me?
I know your type. You're a front towards enemy kind of soldier. Very effective, as long as someone points you in the right direction.
I'll wear that as a compliment, thank you. And fuck you. Now, if you don't mind.
Why do you have such a problem with me, McCready? You don't even know me.
Oh, I think I do. I've worked with your type before. You roll into barracks with your solid-state muscle, think you're more capable than the rest of us slobs.
You afraid of being replaced?
Please, mate. They broke the fucking mold when they made me. Besides, I think it's been proven that there's no substitute for good old-fashioned organic clockworks. So, again, if you don't mind, I have work to do.
So no AUG can ever live down the incident, is that it?
It's meant to be an interrogation, Mr. Shit-hot ex-cop, because you're dancing on my last fucking nerve.
You afraid it's gonna happen again?
Listen, Frankenstein, I lost 3 men. Good men, because one of you fucking robots had his switch. I warned you about pushing it, didn't I? Still, that was unprofessional. Look.
We all lost something during the incident, some more than others. But the people responsible are still out there, and they need to answer for what they did. I'm not asking you to be friends, but we can't stop them as enemies.
Mismatched tools, bound by a common goal. Is that it?
Something like that, yeah.
Hell, maybe that is all we need. Suppose we just let time tell.
Right. I'll see you around, McCready.
Sure.
Anomaly detected. Trace program initiated. Access granted.
Alex, I'm in. Anything I need to know before I start up this chair?
Every NSN is different, man, so I'm not sure what to expect. I'm guessing you'll end up in some kind of virtual conference room. No one else should be in there.
And if they are?
They'll see you as Miller, so say something snippy and log off.
Okay. Where do I find these stored conversations?
Hell if I know. This is your plan. But holographic recordings take up a lot of virtual memory, so you may have to look in several places.
I'll just have to play it by ear.
Exactly. The whisper chip is still in place, though, so we'll both know when you've done it. Good luck, Adam.
This is different.
Sending your team to Dubai was my call, but now we need to go by the book. Focus on ARC.
You want me to pin all of this on them? The bombings in Prague, the break-in at VersaLife, Dubai?
Officially, all 5 attacks involved augmented terrorists. Is that clear?
Yes, sir. But send the reports if you want me to prove it. Because ARC doesn't operate in North America.
Place call, Hong Kong Alpha 10, priority message. We've got a problem. Miller wants to see a report on the break-in.
What break-in?
The one your San Francisco research facility is supposed to have any day now.
What? What exactly did you tell him? Never mind. I'll take care of it. In fact, it may even help me clean up a related incident. What have you heard from our man inside ARC?
Not much. He has to be careful transmitting. Rucker may be onto him.
Then it's time for him to use the Orchid. Tell him.
Killing Rucker... Are you sure it's a good idea? I mean, it'll certainly make things easier during Phase 2, but...
Are you doubting me, Joseph?
I'm merely concerned that the rest of the Council might not like your call. They seem less cohesive these days.
Rucker's death may upset some of them. But at this juncture, Brown is the only person we pay attention to. Once Rucker is dead, I'm positive he's going to make his move. Do it!
End call. Alex, did you get all that?
Hell yeah. Don't tell me this isn't the proof we're looking for, Adam. This is big. Janus needs to hear it.
I want to talk to him this time. Set it up. Let me know where.
It'll have to be somewhere safe. Leave the task force when you can, and I'll contact you with a location.
Adam, what are you doing in here?
I need to speak with Director Miller about my investigation. Thought maybe he was in the NSN. You?
Same. Only just leaving him a message. It's about Vince Black, our organized crime division head. I'm worried. I was hoping maybe the director had heard from him.
Black's still deep undercover inside the Diwali organization, isn't he?
The kind of deep that can be hard to swim back from sometimes, yeah. He's supposed to meet with me once a week so I can bring him back into the shallows, only he never showed for our first meeting.
From what I know of the Diwali, their influence extends outside of the Czech Republic. Maybe he's out of town.
Maybe. Maybe you could find out?
Sure. I think I can do some digging around for you. When was the last time you heard from him?
First and last time was in his office a few days ago. He seemed antsy, kind of nervous that I was there, you know?
Well, then maybe I'll poke around his office a little while I'm here.
Why stop now, right? Well, listen, Adam, Lyon's waiting on my initial batch of reports, and I'm sure Director Miller wouldn't be too pleased to find us standing in his office, so... Unless there's something else, I think this is where I'll check out.
Is there anything in Black's psyche, Val, that leads you to believe he's capable of maybe undermining the task force? Is there a chance he's gone off reservation?
Human beings are predisposed to damaging everything they come into contact with. Of course he's capable. As am I. As are you.
So these evaluations you conduct with him, they're useless in determining a course of action he might take?
I don't have a crystal ball. And Black's last eval predates my arrival here. Nonetheless, it's still helping me understand what he's dealing with on a subconscious level. That he may be in trouble. I wish I had something more concrete for you to go on.
You mentioned Leon is expecting your first batch of reports. You don't answer to Director Miller?
I'm a civilian employee, specializing in habituating deep cover operatives.
You're not an agent. So why did you choose to work with badges?
I started out working for Lim International, helping patients cope with the emotional strain of augmentation. After the incident, I needed to change my focus. Interpol was looking, so I moved my clinic to the public sector.
So you answer directly to Joseph Manderley?
It was Joe's idea to get a psychological clinic up and running inside our field offices. But listen, Adam, I have a small mountain of agent files to process, so if there isn't anything else...
Joe, huh? Sounds like you and Manderley are close.
We're close because I used his first name?
Well, you said you joined TF-29 after the incident. I assume that maybe you and Manderley started together when the task force was launched.
No, I arrived after Joe did. Look, Adam, we should probably get out of here, don't you think?
Yeah, you're probably right. I am curious, though, where Manderley came from exactly. Heard he jumped over quite a few heads to get to the big chair at TF-29. Must have some pretty influential friends pulling strings.
Why the interest in our boss?
I'd just like to know who everyone is.
If Joe had help, I'm sure it was from people who share his vision for what this task force could become. Anyway, listen, I really do think it's best if we get out of Miller's office before he returns, so if you'll excuse me... I hope you don't beat yourself up over the Wrecker thing. I'm sure you did everything you could.